Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to edit, add things to your nav menu, how to delete things from your nav menu. In this video I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks and just little things that you can do to get your nav menu exactly how you want it. Now, before we dive deep, I do want to note that even though I am going to be talking about this particular menu setup, the same thing still applies for just a one menu. And you're going to understand what I mean by this in just a second. But quickly, I do have a logo in between my nav menu. So I do have menu 1 over on the left side, and then I do have a menu 2 over on the right side that I'll be working with. But again, everything is still the same. Because if you take my portfolio website, for instance, it's just one menu. I don't have a menu 1, menu 2, because I don't have anything in between it. So the same thing that I'm going to be doing and showing you guys for this will work the same if your website literally only has one menu. So the first thing you want to do is go over to your dashboard. Once you're logged into your WordPress dashboard, you have to go all the way down to appearances and then scroll down to menus. Now, if you do not see menus as an option, that's because you do not have a theme installed or you don't have a theme actually activated on your actual domain. If you need help doing it, I have another video on how to install a theme to your WordPress website, and I will leave it somewhere above and below in the description. So the first thing I want to take a look at is the basic adding something to your menu and taking something away. So for the purpose of this video, since I don't have much room to technically show you how to add something first, I'm actually going to show you how to delete something first and then we can re-add that back. So for instance, if I want to take stories away because maybe I just only need home, a gallery section, services, about, and contact on my actual website, and I technically don't need this stories page on my actual website or even in my nav menu. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where this page actually lives on my nav menu. So again, I told you I do have two menus because of that logo. So I noticed that it's not going to be on my menu header 1. It's going to be on the menu header 2. So whenever you are dealing with your menu, if you have more than one menu type, you can actually select which menu right here. So again, if you do just have one menu on your website, then of course you would just be on the one it's only going to show that one main menu, and you will just be on the right one automatically by default. But since I'm currently on the menu 1 and not the menu 2, the one I actually need, I'm just going to click here, click on menu 2 and select. You have to click select or else nothing down here will actually change. So now you see, instead of it saying home and gallery and services, it actually says the about, contact, and stories, which was on the right hand side of my menu. So let's just say, like I said, I wanted to delete stories. I'm just going to click the drop down and I'm going to click remove, and it's gone. But I'm going to make sure that I save the menu first. Always make sure you're saving your changes. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to refresh it. As you see, it's still here, but if I refresh it, is now removed. So that's easily how you can remove things off of your nav menu. Now let's just say you wanted to add it back. You have the side over here. When it comes to your menu, you have a few different things. So let's just talk about that. For starters, you have your pages. So anytime you create a page, which we'll be talking about in just a second, all of your pages that you've ever created will be over here. So the most recent ones are these right here. Click view all. It'll show you all the pages that you actually have right here on the pages tab. If you go to all pages, and you are going to see like a list of pages, all of those pages will be right here, and then you can just drag whichever one you need in there. Like if I want to add stories back to that right side menu, I can just click it, add to menu, and now I see it appear. And then I can go ahead and save the changes, refresh this, and the stories is now back. Now, you do have other options over here like posts. So if you wanted to add any of your blogs into your actual website, most times that's what the posts are used for. But if someone builds your website, or if you build your website and you create anything in the post tab right here, you come here to the post to add that. So if I actually wanted to add this blog to this menu, you see it'll now appear. I'm just going to remove that because I don't actually have anything to really just show, but essentially that's all you're going to be doing. The next tab is custom links, which we will talk about in just a second. And then you also have categories. I don't really see why anyone would use this. I mean, only on the strength of, if let's just say you have products, and let's just say you wanted to go have your menu set to where it's shop dresses, shop shirts, shop pants, then that's where you would go. But of course you would have to make sure that those categories are made on the back end in your what would it be, the products. That's where the categories are in your products. So that's the only time you would use the categories. This isn't an e-commerce site. I will do that when I talk about an e-commerce site, but first let's just go back up to custom links. Down, if you want to create a drop down in your menu, I'm about to show you exactly how. And this is going to be very beneficial if you don't necessarily want this to be clickable. As you see, I cannot click that. It doesn't lead anywhere, and the drop down pops up, and I can instead choose one of these. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to go to custom links, and for the URL, I'm just going to put a £. That's it. Don't put a URL because you don't want it to go anywhere. And then for the link text, let's just put discovery, and let's add that to the menu. And again, I'm going to be working off this side, this menu 2 on the right side, because I want to combine about and contact. So I'm putting it in the menu 2. As you can see at the top, I'm working on menu 2, and I just added discovery. Again, I added it as a custom link, and as you can see, I'm using a custom link. This one was a post page, and these two were built in Elementor. So on the right side, it just shows you where this page even comes from. So again, I made discovery a custom link, URL is £, and I want the navigation label, which is basically what is going to show right here. The same thing as discovery. You can obviously change it if you want it to be something else, but I'm just going to keep it the same, discovery. And I'm going to close that. Now what I'm actually going to do, instead of adding discovery here and removing stories, I'm going to combine about and contact underneath here. So what I'm going to do is take discovery to the top, and once I move about, I'm actually going to scoot it to the right just a little bit until that dotted line. You see that dotted line that moves right there. And I'm going to do the same thing for the contact. And then I'm going to hit save menu. So what this little menu tree is what I like to call it, is basically saying is that under discovery, there's going to be a drop down, and these two are children of discovery. So it's kind of like a parent and child type of situation. So discovery is the parent link, and I'm going to put about and contact under here because they associate with discovery. So now that I've saved that, as you see, it's still on the old one. Now if I refresh this, now I see discovery, and I now have about and contact as a drop down underneath that. So if I click discovery, it still doesn't take me anywhere because the links are now underneath it. So I'm going to go back. And like I said, I actually don't want stories, so I'm going to remove that as well. Save menu, go back, and now that's gone. Now quickly, I just want to show you guys, if you, let's just say you wanted to create a page and you literally want to see how this would work if you just created a page and you're now trying to add it into your menu. So I did this in another video, but if you haven't watched that video, go to pages. We're going to go to add new page. And for here, I guess I can say, let's say packages. Let's say that. Let's say packages. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to publish this page. Now, I do have a video showing how you can create a page and edit it with Elementor coming out next, so be sure you are subscribed to watch that. But essentially, let's skip that for this video. And you know, after you actually go into Elementor, you edit it up and all that good stuff. I'm gonna hit the W to go back to the dashboard. Now, under the pages where I'm viewing all of my pages, I see packages right here. So now if I go back to appearance and go to menus, you will now see again my most recent, it says packages. So if I wanted to add this in the menu too, again on that right side of my menu, I'm going to now add packages, this new page, to this side of the menu. And you see it automatically defaults as a parent page on the menu. It will never go in like this, but it'll go in as a parent. Also, since I just saw that, I forgot to tell you guys this too. This can go on as long as you want. Like if you wanted this to go like this, it can go like that. If you want it to be like under discovery, you want it to drop down to about, but you want about to have its own drop down to contact, and you want contact to have its own drop down to packages, you can do that. But for the sake of this video, we're not gonna do all that because that's rarely done. But like I said, if you just so happen to need that to be done, it can be done. I'm gonna put this one back as a parent, and I'm gonna click on save menu. And now if we go back and we refresh, you will now see that I still have my drop down from discovery with about and contact underneath there. And then you will see I now have packages as a whole new page that I just added to my header. Okay, so let me show you guys one more other thing. So remember at first where I told you guys, if you add a drop down for your actual parent page on your menu, you can actually change the page's text to whatever you want it to. So as you guys see, I have custom section as the parent, and then I have a list of different custom sections that I've actually done on my website, and I have them distributed into like 4 different styles for each one, 3 or 4, however many. And as you see, I didn't keep features and benefits style 1, then the same thing, features and benefits style 2, then features and benefits style 3. I just simply, since this is the new parent for these, I just kept this as the main title, and then these now style 1, style 2, and style 3. So quickly, I'm going to show you guys how I did that. So again, let's just say for discovery, you didn't want this to say about, and you wanted it to say discovery 1. Let's just say you had the same or similar setup to what I had, and you wanted to be something like that. This is how you would do it, because now you're not editing anything with the page or anything with the actual nav menu. Well, it technically is the nav menu, but it's the second part. This is just the label. So this will not mess up anything with your pages or anything like that. So as you guys remember, this was about the about page. I'm just going to keep it as discovery 1, and I'm going to do the same for the contact and say discovery 2, and I'm going to save that. I'm going to go back, I'm going to refresh, and now as you see, I see discovery 1 and discovery 2, similar to how my portfolio was. Now, like I said, I don't see why you would want to call it discovery for something like this. I would definitely just keep it at what it was. So I'm going to put that back. Easy peasy. You just come in here, edit the name, and boom. We're going to save that, and we're going to head back. Make sure our changes were made. Again, y'all make sure y'all saving them changes. And then boom, there we go. We're back to square one. So that's exactly how you can go through your menu and you can adjust things and make it exactly how you would want it to for your website. I have another video that I just posted yesterday showing you guys how to even edit your actual menu in terms of like the color, how things are placed and things like that using the WordPress editor, the customizer right here. So if you missed that video, be sure to go watch that video and I will see you guys in the next one.